I found a hidden door in my basement. What I discovered changed everything. This happened about a year ago, but it still gives me chills when I think about it. I've always lived in an old house, built in the 1920s, with creaky floors, narrow staircases, and lots of character. It's the kind of place you'd expect to have a few secrets, but I never imagined this. I moved into this house just after graduating college. It was a fixer-upper, and I spent months renovating it. The basement was unfinished, dusty, and full of old boxes left by the previous owner. I rarely went down there, mainly just to grab storage or tools. One rainy evening, I was looking for the toolbox when my flashlight caught something strange. A faint outline of what looked like a door behind a stack of old furniture. It wasn't a typical basement door. It was set flush with the wall, almost hidden. I moved the furniture and found a small rusted handle. After a bit of struggle, the door creaked open. Inside was a narrow, steep staircase going down into complete darkness. I had no idea the house had a hidden cellar or anything below the basement. My heart was racing, but I grabbed a flashlight and headed down. At the bottom, I found a room roughly 15 by 15 feet, lined with shelves full of old jars, documents, and strange objects covered in dust. There were piles of newspapers dating back to the 1930s, all related to a local unsolved mystery about a missing child. What really caught my eye was an old leather-bound journal sitting on a crate. The handwriting was neat, but faded, and the entries detailed what looked like a secret society operating in the town, one that no one ever talked about. As I read, I learned this society was involved in some pretty dark stuff: disappearances, cover-ups, and rituals. The missing child mentioned in the papers was their final victim, or so it seemed. The journal hinted that some members of this group still lived in town, and that the cellar was used as a meeting spot decades ago. I couldn't believe such a secret had been buried beneath my house the entire time. That night, I heard noises coming from the basement, whispers, footsteps, and faint music that sounded like it was from a long-forgotten era. When I went down to check, the hidden door was closed, even though I hadn't touched it. Over the next few weeks, strange things happened. Objects moved on their own. Lights flickered, and my neighbors suddenly became suspicious when I asked about the old society. One neighbor even warned me to leave the past alone. I decided to dig deeper. Using clues from the journal, I contacted a local historian and a paranormal investigator. Together, we discovered that the society had ties to influential families in town, even some that are prominent today. The paranormal investigator captured some eerie EVP recordings and temperature drops in the cellar. The historian found old court records about the missing child and a few other victims that were never solved. One evening, I was followed by someone while heading home. A man approached me, saying he knew about the cellar and warned me to stop digging. He said some secrets are better left buried and that the society doesn't forget. I didn't back down. Instead, I shared the journal and evidence with the local police and the town's historical society. This sparked renewed interest, and an official investigation was launched.